How the hell they got Maduro?
How the hell they got Maduro?
Yeah.
That's a great question. You know what? We have a couple of videos to watch, but I'm gonna say something. They may have used a sonic weapon.
Sonic weapon.
Yeah, we talk about that later. First of all, say hello to our friends.
Hi guys.
Well, friends, thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate that. That said, Sarah, ask them for the most important thing.
Guys, leave a like, thumbs up.
And if they subscribe,
You make our day.
damn right. Link for the original video below. By the way, you can also hype a video nowadays. Please do it. Let's go.
How do you capture a high-value target when the whole world is watching?
Yeah,
You create a
how?
masterclass in
Great
deception.
question.
The CIA set the stage with a single building as bait and filled the sky with 150 aircraft to create a deafening sonic shield for the helicopters to drop Delta forces. F-35s lit up the perimeter, turning night into day. By the time the dust settled, the helicopters had already touched down and Maduro was gone. We'll also look
You know what? Look, what America did in Iran recently, it was crazy because the amount of destruction in such short period of time,
Yes.
only America can do that. But to me, this is even crazier.
Yeah, it
They,
was.
they went to the capital of Venezuela, got Maduro, put Maduro in New York, like it was something normal. You know, it's insane.
Yeah, it is insane how easy
Yeah, no, makes
it is for them. Yeah.
no, it makes no sense. Maduro, until this day, I have no idea
Yeah, what happened?
what happened. It's still wait, what happened?
Where I am?
You know, it's actually crazy
Yeah.
for real. This for me in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I understand the Bin Laden operation and stuff like that. Probably more difficult, but this one. It was insane. Going
Yeah.
to the capital of Venezuela, getting the president like nothing ever happened. It's crazy.
Yeah.
at how the U.S. uses the
Also because of the photo, they end up posting of Maduro with the
Ah,
the
yes,
photo,
yes,
right?
yes.
With the headphones. It's insane.
helicopters had already touched down and Maduro was gone. We'll also look at how the U.S. uses the F-35 jets and its Navy to launch a large-scale attack, all in the video ahead. In the dead of night that is 2 in the morning, the lights went out in Caracas. By 5 a.m., the president of Venezuela was gone. But how U.S. played a deception games. While the whole world were focused on the aircraft carriers in the Caribbean, a shadow war was being fought on the ground. This wasn't an invasion, it was a surgical extraction. We finally have the declassified timeline of how U.S. forces breached the heart of Caracas and extracted Nicolás Maduro. Let's start with step 1. The setup. This didn't happen overnight. For months, the U.S. had been tightening a naval quarantine around Venezuela. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group and the U.S. Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group were parked off the coast. The pretext was clear. The U.S. designated the Venezuelan government a narco-terrorist state, specifically targeting the drugs lords, but while the Navy squeezed the coast, intelligence assets were tracking one man. They waited for a specific window, a moment where Maduro was stationary and vulnerable. Step 2. The strike. It began at exactly 2 in the morning Venezuelan Standard Time. High above, several F-35 stealth fighters punch a hole through the enemy lines, destabilizing their anti-air defenses. Like these Russian S-300 missiles located all over the strategic high-value target. With the skies cleared, the path opens for Delta Force helicopters to fly straight towards the mission. Here comes the deception as the helicopters flew. The jets started firing with more strikes as it hit Fort Tuna, the main military base and command center, and La Carlota Air Base, destabilizing Venezuelan air support. Reports from the ground describe widespread explosions and a sudden communications blackout. The chaos wasn't the goal, it was the cover. But how did the raid happen? We have to look at step 3. Under the cover of darkness and chaos,
The thing is, Maduro for sure was crazy well protected. You know, he had a lot of Venezuelans, military soldiers with him. You know, this, and from what I understand, 0 American soldiers end up dying on this. It was clean. It was really clean. You know what they did
I'm
here.
curious.
Tier
how they
1
did that.
operators went to work. But what is the exact unit tasked with the mission? It is the Delta Force, one of the most elite secretive special forces units in the U.S. military.
Yeah, the Delta Force is like the best of the best. Those guys, if you mess with them, it's a problem.
They are tough.
No, they are really, those are really tough.
Okay.
Witnesses in Caracas reported low-flying aircraft skimming the rooftops, flying well below radar coverage. The team breached a secure compound believed to be a safe house within the massive Fort Tuna complex. Resistance from the Venezuelan Presidential Guard was swift but ultimately futile, as the helicopters lay cover fire. The operators moved with surgical speed, landing on multiple points. But how exactly the capture and extraction happened? For this, let's look at step 4. Specialized helicopters hovered over the objective to insert the assault team. While dozens of attack helicopters laid down suppression fire, the Delta Special Forces descended and started the search for the high-value targets. How did they find him? Simple. The CIA had planted spy inside Nicolás Maduro close circle. While back in the US, Delta Force built an exact replica of his safe house, rehearsing the raid until they could do it blindfolded. While operators breached the rooms.
Yeah, this is... The CIA is basically FBI. FBI, from what I understand, is inside of America, you know?
Okay.
CIA operates in other countries in favor of America.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's the difference. I also didn't know this, but that's the difference between CIA and FBI, from what I understand.
Okay, good to know.
And CIA, for example, is like, imagine we are the minister of Spain. No, wait. Sorry. We are the minister of Portugal, and they want to take us down. They can infiltrate someone from CIA that kind of becomes our friend, and we have no idea that he's working for the US.
Okay.
It's kind of like that.
It is like in the movies.
No, yeah, it's a spy basically. It's spy. And they call this the intelligence. Basically, they gather information.
Yes,
they
of course.
They knew everything about Maduro at this point. They knew exactly. It's still crazy to do this. Don't get me wrong. Even
They have to study the person, the life.
yeah, everything,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
They know everything about him at this point.
Okay.
And most of the time, the guy have no idea. You know,
Of course,
they
yes.
know all the secrets. That said, going to Venezuela, catching the guy is still insane. No matter, even if you know at time he goes to sleep, it's still insane. you know?
Yes, it is.
So fast, his security could not even react to the situation as the sound of flash grenades disoriented the security guard. Using blowtorch, they caught him before he could even lock all the doors. Maduro's shock and awe froze him as Delta Force breached the compound. Nicolás Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were physically secured. This wasn't a negotiation. They were detained and immediately moved to the extraction point. These aircraft are capable of performing urban extractions from buildings and refueling in midair. Within minutes, they were airborne, leaving Venezuelan airspace and heading to a secure floating staging base in the Caribbean. This Operation Southern Spear has changed the geopolitical map of South America overnight. But wait, before after the extractions, there were reports of F-35 jets also leading the tip of the spear for the attack. We'll look how the United States used F-35 jets instead of F-16s for operations in Venezuela, because this is a well-organized and militarized Venezuela has positioned advanced Russian S-300 missile systems, Chinese radar networks, integrated Russian air defenses, and Shahed drones along its borders. This creates a highly lethal and challenging environment that older S-16s would struggle to survive.
Okay.
As stated around...
Yeah, the F-16 is the ones that we have here. So they are not...
The oldest one.
They are, no, it's still a good jet, but the F-35 is impossible. It's almost impossible for, for the Venezuelan or Chinese technology to...
Detect them.
It's very difficult.
150 aircrafts and a massive 8 U.S. destroyers were stationed there. It also has 3 amphibious aircraft carrier and surveillance plane to turn it into a massive command and control juggernaut capable of overcoming a modern military's air defenses. Signals a readiness to counter Venezuela's entire air defense network if necessary. But why Venezuela Air Force failed to intercept? As of 2025, Venezuela's fighter jet fleet consists mainly of approximately 21 Sukhoi Su-30 multirole fighters delivered by Russia between 2006 and 2008, which now form the backbone of their combat air power. Additionally, they maintain about 5 operational S-16 Fighting Falcons from an older batch, including 3 single-seat S-16As and 2 two-seat S-16Vs. These S-16s are aging and suffer from limited maintenance and part support due to U.S. sanctions, although they have been supplemented with Israeli upgrades. Venezuela acquired its F-16 jets from the United States through a foreign military sales agreement called Peace Delta in May 1982, during a period of good diplomatic and military relations. They were the first Latin American country to receive the S-16, with deliveries occurring between 1983 and 1985. The reason the U.S. does not use S-16s in current operations is because these jets lack the stealth capabilities necessary to evade the S-300 and other integrated defenses. The advanced S-300V or anti-2500 systems, supported by dense Chinese and Russian radar, can easily detect and target older aircraft at long ranges. Sending S-16s into such an environment would result in high attrition risks, as they are vulnerable to radar detection and missile engagement. Not to forget the Russian Buk air defense system that can take out an S-16 with ease. These are cheap R-15 or 24 Buk systems are already active and mobile all over the country. Additionally, S-16s are less effective in contested airspace saturated with drones, especially the Iranian Shahed drones used by Venezuela for reconnaissance and kamikaze strikes. The F-35, however, offers crucial advantages. Its stealth design enables it to fly undetected or with much lower risk, making it effective against advanced surface-to-air missiles and networked radar systems. Its sensor fusion, electronic warfare, and data link capabilities allow it to simultaneously suppress and target mobile and fixed air defense positions, adapting rapidly to counter Russian and Chinese radar configurations.
No, this jet is with the F-22, is between the F-35 and the F-22, is the best jet, and America owns both. So.
While the aircrafts took out the anti-air defenses Venezuelan military as a whole, this allowed the CIA and special forces to advance towards its target. The overwhelming presence of advanced Russian, Chinese, Iranian, and indigenous air defense and drone systems on the Venezuelan border means that the stealth fighter jets, or the first wave of attack, provide both the survivability and strike capability required for such operations.
So easy.
But how do they rotate clockwise? Well, the distance from Puerto Rico to Venezuela is about 1,300 kilometers. This is roughly 810 miles, which translates to around 1.5 hours of flight time for an F-35 flying at high subsonic speeds. These jets rotate...
I'm sorry, Puerto Rico is not a state, is not part of the US, from what I understand, but is protected by the US.
Okay, they have a alliance.
It's kind of like an alliance. Some people even believe they should be, the 51 state or something.
Okay.
Again, I don't understand that well why people say that, but the Puerto Rico have a great partnership with America. That I know,
Okay.
and I think America protects them. So if someone attacks Puerto Rico, it's kind of the same as attacking America.
Okay, okay.
So,
clockwise, as its combat radius is approximately 770 miles, meaning it can reach most of Venezuela from Puerto Rico with careful fuel management and limited loitering. To extend mission time and reach deeper inland, air-to-air refueling tankers deployed strategically in the Caribbean region support these operations. In situations requiring strikes within minutes, U.S. amphibious assault ships equipped with F-35Bs can launch jets rapidly. From such ships positioned in the Caribbean, F-35Bs can reach Venezuelan targets within roughly 15 to 10 minutes, depending on speed and route. Targets typically include narco-traffickers' networks, air defense installations, command centers, and drone facilities, enabling flexible sea-based strike options against both Venezuelan military and criminal infrastructure. In essence, the F-35 deployment by the U.S. near Venezuela redefines military capabilities in the region. It combines stealth, advanced sensors, electronic warfare, and networked operations to overcome sophisticated air defenses and maintain persistent air superiority and rapid strikeability against a broad spectrum of targets in Venezuela.
I think recently, I guess this is ending, but let's end and I will say what I want to say. Sorry.
This reflects a strategy that goes beyond counter-narcotics to deter and, if necessary, decisively counter the Venezuelan military threat. We also made a deep dive into the sea, air, and land components of the nuclear triad.
Okay, but basically what I wanted to say is, I think recently, if anyone had any type of doubt that America have the best military, it's gone. I mean, the destruction that they did in Iran in July with the B-2 bombers was crazy. The destruction they did now in 2 weeks or 3 2 or 3
3
weeks
weeks, yeah.
is insane. What they did in Venezuela, I also think it was completely insane.
It is impossible to
Yeah.
defeat Americans. They invest a lot.
Yeah, it's a
so
lot of money that they have in technology and stuff like
Yes.
that. They are super advanced. And again, I believe there is technology that they don't even share. The thing is,
Yes.
some people believe, and I thought this video would talk about this, that they had some type of. It's a crazy weapon. It's like a hypersonic type of weapon.
hypersonic.
Yeah, let's see if I can find that. I'm so sorry, my friend, but I had to stop the video. I was looking at my statistics on YouTube, and guess what? Most of my viewers are not subscribers. How the hell is that possible? Please consider to do it if you are one of those. That said, we are not done. Another thing, if you can follow me on social media, links below. That would mean the world to me. You make my day, as you are aware. There is also a Patreon link below, and you may find some country music reactions. Take a look. You can join for free, actually. That said, let's continue with this. Okay, Sarah, this is from the same channel. We may not watch the entire video, but yeah, I want to show you this. The title is US Secret Weapon Used in Venezuela. This video was done later than the first one. I think this is. I don't think this is official, to be fair. But let's take a look.
Did the U.S. military deploy a secret sonic weapon during the raid in Venezuela? According to witnesses on the ground, the operation began with an unexplained radar blackout, followed massive drone swarm and the sounds of helicopters. Despite being outnumbered 5 to 1,
Blackout, it is enough to confuse them.
Yeah. But I don't think it was the only thing.
the small U.S. Special Forces team faced less resistance. Why? Reports indicate soldiers suffered from vertigo, vomiting, and internal bleeding. Military analysts believe this was a soft kill operation, likely utilizing a high-power microwave device.
Oh, this is
More
impressive,
detail
but
all in the
also scary.
No, if this is true, this is insane. This is actually
Oh my
insane.
god.
Video ahead. Based on witness testimony, here's how the event likely occurred. Venezuelan soldiers were on standard guard duty when their radar systems suddenly shut down without warning. Immediately after the blackout, a massive drone swarm appeared over the facility, followed by 8 helicopters equipped with unidentified technology. A 20-man team of Delta and Special Forces operatives deployed from the helicopters.
But the thing is, I don't know if this is the speculation, you know.
You don't know if this is true or not.
No. I think there is a
okay.
lot. I mean, the thing is, since this is America, I kind of believe it, you know. But my friends, is this official or not? Because I was actually Googling that and people question this. So I don't know for sure, but it's interesting.
Possible.
No, I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Makes me believe because this operation was so smooth.
Yeah.
And I think there is...
It was very fast.
And very fast, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is Venezuelan soldiers that are reporting this.
Okay,
But
that's why.
But, you know, are they sure about this? Yeah, I don't know. There is some speculation, I think it's fair to say.
The encounter took a mysterious turn when the defending force of 100 soldiers reportedly froze, leaving them unable to compete with the smaller elite team. Witnesses...
No, and, you know,
Soldiers, yeah.
And Maduro is a dictator. Wait. How do you say it?
Bad guy.
No. I have to go. Dictator, but he's sounding so bad. Well,
Yeah.
whatever it is, he's a bad guy. Okay, Sarah, let's go with that.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
So for sure, there is a lot of people protecting him. This type of people,
Yes.
they know there is, even inside of their country, there is people trying to get them. So.
noted that the Delta Force operatives fired with impossible precision, estimating a rate of fire near 300 rounds per minute per soldier. It is theorized that Black Hawk helicopters were used to deploy this capability, utilizing disc-shaped radar attachments to launch a directed beam at the opposing troops. They reported internal trauma. They suffered immediate vestibular incapacitation, meaning a total loss of balance and paralysis. Some even reported bleeding from the nose and vomiting blood, symptoms consistent with internal hemorrhaging. While the Pentagon hasn't officially disclosed the specific hardware, military experts often call this a soft kill system. So how does it actually work? To understand the weapon, you first have to look at what it did. The most likely candidate for
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. I know the word, but I'm not able to say it.
Dictator.
Dictator. Yeah, dictator. Never mind.
a weapon that creates that kind of internal pressure without external sound is a high-power microwave device.
Yeah, this is basically a kind of microwave technology. It's sending some waves.
Oh, okay, I see.
In reality, no one has any idea what all this is for sure. Again, it's speculation.
I had heard before that it's bad for you to
get the waves from...
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah. For those soldiers, they've been really bad.
Yeah.
It relies on something called the Frey effect. The weapon, probably carried by a Chinook or a Black Hawk helicopter, fires a focused beam of pulsed microwave energy, not sound waves, that passes right through the skull.
Oh.
These beams are absorbed by the water in the brain tissue and the fluid in the inner ear. This energy causes a minuscule rapid heating of the tissue, less than 1 degree Celsius. But that tiny sudden expansion generates a pressure wave inside the skull. The consequence? The target hears a sound, clicks, buzzing, or a roar that originates inside their own head, bypassing the eardrums entirely. If the frequency is tuned to the resonance of the inner ear...
kill someone?
I don't think the idea is... if they increase the wave, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But here, the idea, I don't think it was to kill them. It was just to leave them completely... confused, or maybe that, but
this is scary.
No, if this is a real technology, it's actually very, very scary. And I was watching something, but again, I don't know if it is true that they can put this in space. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Violently disrupts the body's balance, causing immediate vertigo. At higher power levels, that rapid tissue expansion can rupture capillaries, leading to the reported nosebleeds and internal trauma. There is another possibility, a weaponized infrasonic pulse emitter. Instead of a continuous beam, this device would fire high-intensity slugs of low-frequency air pressure below 20 Hz. These waves travel through the body to match the resonant frequency of internal organs like the stomach or lungs. High-intensity infrasound can actually cause cavitation, the formation of bubbles in bodily fluids. When those bubbles collapse, they create tiny shockwaves that damage tissue. The target feels an intense vibration in their gut, leading to severe nausea and effectively paralyzing them with pain and sickness. Tactically, the report suggests U.S. forces use this technology as the ultimate force multiplier. The result was that the hundreds of Venezuelan guards mentioned...
were the new weapons.
No, drones are old weapons at this point.
in the reports weren't fought in a traditional gun battle. They were incapacitated, sick, dizzy, and bleeding long before U.S. troops made contact. This allowed a small team of approximately 20 operators to walk virtually unopposed through a much larger force. But that's not it. The U.S. military has another secret weapon.
Oh boy.
Analysts called it the Iron Dome of the Caribbean. They said the airspace over Venezuela was impenetrable, locked down by the Russian-made S-300 anti-system, a beast capable of swatting aircraft out of the sky from 150 miles away. But in the dark night, the myth of invincibility didn't just crack, it evaporated.
Go on.
The opening salvo didn't come from pilots, but from physics. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford, stationed off the coast, unleashed a barrage of electronic warfare so dense it didn't just jam the Venezuelan radar screens, it burned them white. The S-300 operators at Captain Manuel Rios Air Base were blind before they ever saw the missiles coming. The first kinetic strikes were surgical from a destroyer. 2 Tomahawk cruise missiles slammed into the S-300V and radar arrays. In an instant, the eyes of the Venezuelan defense network were turned into twisted, red-hot scrap metal. Precision-guided bombs walked down the flight line. One by one, the Su-30s and the aging X-16s parked beside them were engulfed in fireballs. 7 jets were erased before their pilots could even reach the ladders.
Well,
it wasn't a dogfight. It was an execution.
It was a big operation.
No, yeah. And they have... imagine they have to deal with this... They have to deal with the F-35s. Then they have to deal with Delta Force, that is like the best force in the world. This was a nightmare for them. It's very impressive what America did, but I mean, look at all the technology also that they end up using here.
execution. But the final blow was psychological. At 4:20, the roar of jet engines shook the windows of downtown Caracas. The target was Fortuna, the headquarters of the Ministry of Defense and the nerve center of the regime's military command. The strikes didn't level the city, they decapitated the leadership's ability to communicate. As smoke billowed from the ministry buildings, the message was clear to every commander on the ground: you are alone. You are alone and that no help is coming. But all of this is just a deception. The main target is none other than the president. We finally have the declassified timeline of how U.S. forces breached the heart of Caracas and extracted Nicolás Maduro. Let's start with step 1. The setup. This didn't happen overnight. For months, the U.S. had been tightening a naval quarantine around Venezuela.
Okay, I guess we can stop it. It's basically similar to the last video.
Yes.
But I just wanted to show a bit of this one because of those weapons, the sonic weapons. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Again, I don't understand them very well, and I think most of us don't understand this type of technology. But it is fascinating to.
Yes.
If this is true, is actually insane, you know. Sarah, say goodbye to our friends.
Bye, guys.
Bye, our friends.